Hey everyone, welcome. This is Linda and you're at Icky Chic Designs. Today we're going to be diving into a fun and nostalgic project as we explore the art of slow stitching while creating a piece inspired by the 1950s rock and roll and sock hop culture. But first let's talk about what a sock hop was and its significance in the 1950s, especially in the United States. Now, sock hops were informal dances that were held in high school gymnasiums during the 1950s and early 60s, primarily for high school students, and I was one of those students. I turned 13 in 1959, and so my teenage years spanned part of the 50s and the 60s. The term sock hop comes from the practice of dancing in our socks instead of shoes to protect the gymnasium floor from scuffing. These events were characterized by the lively sound of rock and roll music, teens showcasing their best dance moves. Often we wore our poodle skirts and Letterman jackets and such as that. While these dances were a source of joy for us kids, they did reflect the culture and sometimes the tension of the times. The music, the rock and roll, was featured a lot of diverse bands and dances that sometimes the older generation or parents and so forth in the conservative community, they felt that it was a little too provocative. So sometimes they didn't appreciate the dancing that we did. The jitterbug and later the twist and things like that. Now let's get into the slow stitching part. I have a couple of fabrics here. Pink and black was one of the very popular color themes of the time because it was reported to be Elvis Presley's favorite color theme, pink and black. And so lots of fashion, home decor, all kinds of trendy teenage items came in that color. Checkered like this or similar was also popular because it kind of reflected the tiled, checkered, black and white tiled floors that were so popular in the diners and different places that teenagers hung out. And so that fabric was very popular. Of course, any shades of the pink would be good. So you would want to look for some 50s type fabrics that fit those criteria. Now there were other color palettes, but pink and black really set off the 50s tone for that. We're using a already set design in our 50 different designs here. So we have our floral. Now, as you can see, I have incorporated the checkered in two different sizes, basically, you might say. I've incorporated some musical notes to set the music theme. I'm using the pink and blacks. Also, another thing was the animal prints. They were very popular in that time too. And so I thought this was very appropriate, done in the hot pinks and the animal print. This little center is simulating a record. And so, you know, vinyls were everything in those days. Teenagers and their vinyl collections, their music. This was before transistor radios, and so nobody had a handheld musical device. You stayed tuned to your favorite rock and roll channel on your radio, your normal radio, but that was as good as it got at that point. Transistors came in soon after that, and so you had little transistor radios that you could carry around and dial in your favorite music that way too. But this is our newest in our 50 different styles of slow stitch. This one's the 50s sock hop style. It's showcasing the black and white the pink and black, and it's showcasing the music theme. Very simple stitching. Let me bring you down a little bit, and so you can see a little bit easier. We just have some straight stitches basically around, overcasting stitches, longer stitches for the flower petals. We just have straight stitching around the leaves, different color thread. Nothing complicated at all. This is a wonderful series for beginners. It makes you play with color. It makes you think about theme. It makes you choose fabrics to simulate a feeling or a mood. This one definitely brings back the mood of the 50s sock hop era. I could have put this on the front of a poodle skirt and went to the sock hop on Friday night, and I would have been right in place. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you are following this series, and please share it around, because I just believe there's so many, especially beginner slow stitchers, who would love to get in on this. This is number 7, so we're still very early in the series, and learning to manipulate color pattern to produce a mood or a feeling is so important when we want to level up our slow stitching from just a non-thinking activity to actually designing things for our home and ourselves. So, okay, once you've finished all that, you could think about what it would have been like to be a teenager in those days. Let me tell you, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. The high school I went to, I graduated out of Omaha, Nebraska South High School. And we didn't have a lot of gangs or drugs or, anything like that. Yeah, we had the bad girl, bad boy thing going on. But, bad back then would be so mild considered now. But it was very controlled, and these dances were chaperoned by the teachers and sponsored by the school. And so they were very, very well maintained and maintained. Okay, until next time, I'm not quite sure what our next one will be, but stay tuned, because we'll have the next one on our series of 50 different slow stitch themes soon. Until next time, stay scrap happy.